What I'm going to do here is just work on a diagonal forward. So I'm going to keep this section out. So basically, I like to work on either triangular, or I can do more of a crescent shape, but this is the main section that I'm going to be working with in the interior. So this is still going to lay on top. I'll balayage that later for you. This is the area I'm going to work on seamless diffusion. And I'm going to have you guys do seamless diffusion later on as well. So, first application, I'm going to be blending out 3 different colors. My color choices are 6B and 7B with a 10 volume, 7B, 8B, equal parts, with a 20 volume. And then I'm going to be blending that out to lightener, or I can use blonding cream just for melting of the tint, or diffusion of the tints.
That's on the natural hair color.
On natural hair color. And even if it's a blonde, it's a great way that you have someone that's all over blonde to do the exact same thing. To start building in that base, and just start to feather out that blonde on the ends. So, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to do a flat foiling application. Work on the diagonal forward. And what I like about this is that you're not having to take a lot of hair, or a lot of colors, or a lot of placement, I should say, or a lot of sections. You could just simply take your slice, and here I'm actually going to be using foil. Sometimes I won't use foil at all. I'll just use my board, so your head a little bit to the side for me. And I'm going to paint which one's which.
This is 67 and now it's 78.
I'm going to paint directly down onto the scalp, and I'm going to feather it down. You'll see I'm angling my brush. And then I'm going to transition over to my next shade. So now I'm going from a 6-7 to a 7-8. So that way it gradually gives you that nice blending.
Are you slightly overlapping the two
And
as well?
great question. I am overlapping the two because I want to harmonize and meld those two different colors together. So what I like to do is when you'll see that when I start my formulation for this, is I'm sticking within 1 to 2 levels of the first existing formula. If you go from a 6, or let's say I went from a 4 and all of a sudden I went to a 7, it's too much of a jump. We're back to 2012 ombre, right? We want to make it 2014, 2015 ombre, and that seamless look. So now I'm taking this and I'm going to create, again, meld those colors together, tilt your brush, feather them together so you don't have that line. At that point I'm going to, can I get some longer foil? At that point I'm going to switch over to my lightener, and I'm going to overlap my lightener as well. Now the trick here is a lot of people think, well, it's changing color, right? Which we all that lightener is doing right now is oxidizing that color. Yeah. So don't be afraid of that. The other trick is to make sure that I have even saturation, and I overlap the lightener and feather that up as well. Lightener is also stupid. Lightener can't tell the difference between color that's wet and color that's dry. Lightener's purpose is to diffuse pigment that's in the hair. So I'm simply going to overlap that.
What volume peroxides in your lightener?
Right now, I actually have on her for a 30. I typically stick to a 10. But for just time purposes, for her, she has natural hair, I can do it for 30. But I'll stick to a 10 volume. I like to be in control of my lightener. I don't like my lightener to be in control of me.
Yeah, and also you need time.
Thank you. All right, that first one. All right, now we're going to stick. All right, so then the trick also is to each time to striate and bring through your darker color all the way through those ends. You don't always stick to the dark just sitting at the top. Bring that darker tone and let it go all the way through the ends, because when it falls, it's going to create that separation. Otherwise, again, you're back to dipping of the hair, all blonde tips. We want to create a little bit more diffusion.